Ginger Feed presents 8 strangest ships ever made. Number 1. The USS Freedom is planned to work forward from Singapore during the next 8 months, while it conducts maritime operations of security, participates in the international exhibitions, and highlights the US strategic religious intent, while it reassures citizens of interoperability patterns. It does need to prove itself worthy, since the Littoral Combat Ship program has been bombarded with problems of structure and overruns of cost. Number 2. 2 centuries back, the US steam battery Fulton, or the Demologos, was the first vessel powered by steam built for the Navy, launched in 1814 during the 1812 war. It was named for Robert Fulton, the designer, who passed away in 1815. Before it even entered service, this sketch was made by Robert Fulton himself, dating back to November 1813, to show the arrangement of the ship in general. Number 3. This is an image of the Fulton's launch on October the 29th of 1914. After running trials under steam power, she was delivered to the Navy in June 1816, according to a Navy write-up. Other than a single day of active service a year later, when she carried President James Monroe on a cruise in New York Harbor, Fulton was laid up or, after 1825, employed as a floating barracks at the Brooklyn Navy Yard. She was destroyed by a gunpowder explosion on the 4th of June, 1829. Number 4. When federal forces abandoned the Norfolk Navy Yard in 1861, they left the hulk of the steam frigate USS Merrimac burned to the waterline and sunk, but with lower hull and machinery intact. The Confederate Navy raised the ship and converted her into an ironclad commissioned as the CSS Virginia in February 1862. In addition to her iron armor, the Virginia carried 10 guns and an iron ram fixed to her bow. Virginia quickly rammed and sank the sloop USS Cumberland and shelled the frigate USS Congress into submission. Number 5. At sunset on March the 9th, 1862, CSS Virginia showed up at Hampton Roads, Virginia, in preparation to carry out the grounded steam frigate of Minnesota, as well as other Union ships that blocked the Chesapeake Bay from below. The ironclad USS Monitor, however, came in the evening before to New York. According to a USS Navy write-up, both ships hammered away at each other with heavy cannon and tried to run down and hopefully disable the other, but their ironclad sides prevented vital damage. Virginia's smokestack was shot away, further reducing her already modest mobility, and Monitor's technological teething troubles hindered the effectiveness of her 2 11-inch guns, the Navy's most powerful weapons. The battle was brought to an end in a stalemate. Number 6. This ship, the USS Recruit, served 18 years as the lone landlocked commissioned ship in the Navy. She was originally made to scale, a third of the destroyer escort's size, and was well fit with the needed features: a standard deck and bridge gear, including lifelines, accommodation ladder, signal halyards, searchlights, engine order telegraph, and helm, but not engines and crew. It was commissioned on the 27th of July of 1949 at San Diego's Naval Training Center, where it trained 50,000 plus recruits a year in the shipboard and procedure fundamentals. Number 7. Normal ships go up and down with the waves. But what's the use of flipping the platform? Flip, the name of this ship, carries a stable platform to carry out experiments. Waves as big as 30 feet will only move Flip 3 feet on average. The rooms on Flip have 2 doors, and toilets and stoves are built on swivels and gimbals in order to turn. Sinks, along with other objects, don't move so good, however. They're built on a vertical or horizontal axis in each room. Instruments of scientific methods are built in side-away longways, since their use is only vertical. Members of the crew and scientists step onto the walls as they turn into decks for their use. Number 8. The Goyora's owner severed a notice to the Sea Shepherd to stop using the ship. In turn, they rechristened the vessel Bridget Bardot to honour the actress, an animal rights activist, with the agreement of the Bridget Bardot Foundation. Bardot wrote to Sea Shepherd's founder and president Watson, "I'm moved, overwhelmed and indefinitely grateful that this wonderful saviour of the seas will wear my name to fight against those who allow themselves to butcher what is most precious in the oceans." Don't forget to like us and subscribe for more Ginger Feed.